Greetings from Texas. It's David. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's doing well today. Uh, Today is the Sunday, the 22nd day of March, and this will be our 12th video in a series that we're doing on the spiritual awakening. And we talked about in the early videos about spell work, about people receiving spell work, and dealing with pain, dealing with a lot of pain. We talked about that a little bit in some of the earlier videos. And I think it's been 12 days since I did a video. I really don't, I, I didn't look at the last video. I really don't even remember exactly what was on it, but I know it was something like that. And I've been out of pocket. I've been driving back and forth to Houston every day, getting treatments for at MD Anderson for cancer. So that's not fun. So, and there's a lot of people out there who's gone through that before, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It takes a lot out of you. So I thought that when I got home in the afternoon, I'd be able to come in here and make a video for you. But to be honest with you, I wasn't able to do it for the last week and a half. I can tell you that. I was just too tired. But anyway, today's Sunday. I got a chance to rest yesterday, and today's Sunday, and I feel a lot better. I went through, we're talking about getting this spell work, and I know that there's a lot of people. I know if you're waking up right now that you're dealing with a lot of pain, and I think that what's going forward. I've said it before, but I think what's happening is the people that are waking up right now are people that are going to have jobs to do. They're going to be leaders of some sort, and they're going to be helping the collective, so to speak, get through. And because this is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you'll see that there's a need for it. We're the what we're doing is the new Earth. We're raising the consciousness of the entire planet, and all of the all of the people on the planet will be raising their consciousness at some point in time. It's going to be this 3 decade reset through 2050. And by then, I think that everybody that's living on this planet should be operating with a higher consciousness, and which is really a good thing. And if you think about what it is, it's a great thing. There's no reason not to want to do it. You have to go through. You have to heal your body for one thing. You have to go through a healing, and you have to heal yourself. You're not just your body, but mentally, physically, mentally, spiritually. You have to go through a healing, and you have to heal yourself. And you have to face your shadows. It's not a big deal. It's not something that's difficult to do. Just what happens is you bring up old memories of stuff that that you have suppressed, and a lot of it you just won't bring it up on your own unless you start this awakening process, because you just won't remember it, and you'll just keep putting it back, putting it back, putting it back. And these a lot of it could be like emotional problems or emotional wounds or something like that, something that happened that affected your emotions negatively, and you just didn't want to deal with it, and then you finally just let it go and forgot about it. Time went by and you forgot about it, and then later on you started having health problems. You wonder why you're having these health problems. Well, it's because it could possibly be because they're trying to get a hold of you and say, hey, you got this unhealed problem that you need to come deal with back here. You got this unhealed emotional problem or whatever it is that you need to deal with. And if you'll just go ahead and get that done before that escalates, if you go ahead and go through this awakening process, you'll solve all those problems right away. And you won't even have to go through all that disease and stuff. And if you do have disease problems, then you can heal it when you go through this awakening process. So yeah, I'm dealing with. I think I mentioned it. I had prostate cancer, and I got diagnosed. I'll just tell you real quick what it is, because I know there's other people out there that's going through it. And I got diagnosed in 2024 with prostate cancer, and I had a surgery, had prostate gland removed, and it was all contained 100% in that prostate gland. And so we were all well and fine. And then recently I started having a rise in PSA, which is not good. And so they wanted to go in and treat that area with radiation. And so that's what I'm going through right now. So I'm going through radiation therapy, treating that, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. I'm hoping and I'm praying that that'll be the end of it. And I'm having to drive to Houston every weekday and get that treatment, and then drive home, which is it's about from where I live. It's about I think it's 180 miles round trip, so it's not terrible, but it's not fun. It's not fun, and that traffic, man, that Houston traffic is crazy. If you live in Houston or anywhere around, probably all those big cities just like that, but Houston, you got to be up on your driving skills when you go and get in that 8 o'clock traffic in Houston. Let me tell you, they're moving pretty good down there. If you can't drive 85 miles an hour, then you better stay close to the right hand side. but but anyway, we talked in the last videos. I think we talked about that spell work and all this, and I'll tell you that I've been through. I had the kitchen sink thrown at me, and I've been going through it since 20 that I know of since 2015, and I was told that I started out really in around 2010, but I just don't. I really can't remember anything that sticks out in my mind that happened to me in 2010 that was real significant, and it may have just been small stuff that was building, and I wasn't paying any attention to it. Is what my guess is. And in 2015 is when I had a terrible accident and I broke my back, and I really think that that was part of this awakening process because I had an energy sent to me. I had a negative energy sent to me by a group of witches down in Houston, Texas, and a demonic uh, energy sent to me attachment. And I don't know if it's in or around or whatever, but I think it lives in my bathroom, to be honest with you. But but it is not fun to go through that, and that thing has dealt me some misery like you would not believe. Has tore up all of my equipment around here. Has keeps tearing stuff up and making me sick. Last week I was had planned to do a video at the latter part of last week or Saturday, but it's doing a new trick with me now where it gets me real hot and then real cold and real hot and real cold, and like it's starting to heat me up right now, and it can get my temperature. It can run it way up hot, and I'll start sweating, and then the next thing you know, my feet are freezing, and just playing games with me. It was just doing that to me. It was kind of cool day. I was walking out in front of my house, and I walk out there every afternoon. I really didn't have enough clothes on, and I just had a t-shirt and a long sleeve denim shirt on, and it wasn't enough for as cool as it was. And so it got me. I got down at the end and about a mile and a half away from here, and it got real hot, and I started sweating, and I got my t-shirt sweaty. And the next thing I know, then the sun goes away, and here the clouds, and I had a big wind coming, and I got chilled real bad, and I got cooled off too fast, and I got a sore throat and kind of a little bit of a chest cold, and felt really bad um, Friday and Saturday, and then but today I'm feeling better. So you may be going through that. You may be experiencing that where if you notice that you're getting hot and then cold and hot and then cold. A lot of these symptoms that I've been having, it really sounds like something that you'd be having normally, but I'm telling you, what this is with me. I know what this is doing this to me, and and this energy will definitely play games with you in the bathroom. I'm telling you that. They love to play games with you in the bathroom. So you may be having some problems if you're awakening right now. You may be having some problems in the bathroom, and I'm telling you, it could very well be that you've got the same thing that I've got, and that's why I'm putting these videos out right now. Is because this is happening to a lot of people. A lot of people that are waking up right now are going through these same kind of exact same problems. I've been told exactly the same thing that I'm going through. And I think it's spread out. I don't think we're close to each other. I think we're spread out right now in different parts of the United States. And I'm kind of in Central Texas, and I think uh, that it's all over the United States. And I doubt if there's anybody real close to me that's doing the same thing that I'm doing. And but that's why I'm putting this online so people can see it if they're going through this right now. And there's quite a few people going through this right now. And if they're going through this right now, there's going to be quite a few people that are having these exact same problems that I'm having that really are not going to know what's going on or how to deal with them or whatever. And that's what it is. That's what's happening to you is you could have this energy, have an energy sent to you by somebody else, and that could be just dealing you misery in your life, and you really don't even know what's going on. I didn't know. I didn't know for a long time. Even after I had a terrible accident in 2015, I really didn't find out about it till way later, and until this thing really escalated, uh, and I think that that could be the same thing, or maybe if you're just starting your journey, you're starting your awakening journey. Maybe it's just now starting to happen for you. I think I might have been ahead of a lot of people on this, and I'm not talking about people that there's a lot of people that's gone through this awakening process. Um, and what I'm talking about is the new earth process. Okay, the new earth, and I'm talking about individuals that just live a normal life that aren't involved with any of this metaphysical stuff or mystic stuff or anything like that. Just a normal old person that has all of a sudden got put on this, got kind of plucked out of your life and put over here because you've got something to do. And that's the person that I'm trying to talk to today, because that's what happened to me. Is like I told you before, I didn't volunteer for this. This isn't something I didn't raise my hand and say, "Hey, I want to go do this," because I had a business and I was real happy with what I was doing. But I got plucked out of my business, and they said, "You got to come over here because you got something you got to do." And so, and this is what it is. And so I'm telling you right now that there's a lot of other people that's going through this right now, and so that's why I'm trying to help you get through these problems and explain to you what you can be looking for, the side effects that if you're going through this kind of stuff, that's what it is. And I mentioned earlier that you can get a pendulum and ask a pendulum. If you get somebody that knows how to operate a pendulum, or if you have one and you know how to do it, or you bought one, or I had some early videos on how to do it. And if you bought a pendulum and you've asked it and you find out that is what's going on, well then you need to, you got to get on the program. And the best way that I can tell you to do that is with prayer. You just got to start praying, and prayer is the best way to deal with these problems. I gave you a bunch of band aids to get by, but prayer is going to be the remedy. Okay, that's going to be the real remedy. Um, but you need to pray, and you need to establish a relationship with your spirit team and surrender yourself to the Most High, to whatever God that it is that you believe in. That you almost everybody believes that there's something, a creator that's the Most High, and source energy, or whatever, whatever your religion is, whatever. Not even religion. You don't even have to be religious. All you got to do is just believe that there is some kind of a creator, and that there is some kind of a higher power. And as long as you believe that there is some kind of higher power that you could pray to, then that's all you have to do. Surrender yourself to that higher power, and ask your spirit team through prayer to help you get on this program, to get on this self awakening program, the self healing program. And that's where I would start. That's what I would recommend if you're doing this. I have given you a few things, to help you battle these problems, and I have brought up some ideas. I know my wife is going through this with me, and she's battling bathroom problems too. They're different than mine. They're not the same as mine, and but they are playing games in the bathroom. Let me tell you, they will play games with you, and just trying, without getting too graphic here. One thing is they can as soon as you eat something, they can give you like instant diarrhea. They can keep your stomach messed up all the time. Now that's not happening with me, but that has happened to my wife. And in the worst places, they can do it to you in bad places where it's not bad timing. You know what I mean? Like when you're away from home and you're not, near a comfortable place that you can go and deal with a problem like that, and bad timing and that kind of stuff. And they can create an incredible amount of pain for you when you're going to the potty, and they can do that, and they can do a lot more than that. But I'm just going to leave it there. And that's one thing that they do. If you're going through some stuff like that, they can hold it. Okay, they can. This is not a topic that you would think you'd want to talk about, but I've got to say it. If you if you're in a situation where you feel like that they're keeping you constipated all the time, they want to keep you as uncomfortable as they can, and then you just say, "Well, hell, I'll just wait. I'll wait. I'll go." Well, you know what? You better not wait. You better not wait. Is all I can say. And if you're fighting that and with them, and you know that you've got an energy that's doing this to you, like a demonic energy that you're dealing with, and they're doing that to you, I'm going to tell you right now, go to Walmart and get yourself a box of that Fleet enema. And I know that you're not supposed to give yourself an enema often, but you're going to have to do it enough to keep from getting in a dangerous situation. And I would highly recommend doing that. And you can go to the doctor all you want to, and it's probably a good idea to go to the doctor and let a doctor follow you with this when this is going on. But that's the only way you're going to be able to deal with it for a while. And unfortunately, it's going to be tough for a while. And I don't think it's going to last a whole lot longer. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot longer. But for a while yet, it's not. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. I think I think it's going to wind up sooner rather than later. But uh, from what I'm feeling, energy wise. But I just didn't want anybody to think like, what is wrong with me? If this is happening to you, like, what is this? Because this can be serious, serious problems, and you would be living at the doctor and stuff. It won't help you. I'm afraid to tell you that it won't help you. They play some dirty, dirty, dirty games. I mean, dirty games, and they will you'll go to the bathroom to urinate, and they won't let you urinate, and then they'll hold it. They can hold it, and then they can just, anytime they want to, they can just drip a little drip, just drip just enough to drive you crazy. Just anytime if you say the wrong thing, and they're listening all the time, you say the wrong thing, don't say that, don't do that. So they try to train you. Is what they try to do. They try to get you down, and they try to intimidate you, and they try to train you and keep you pinned down like you are their personal property. That's what they try to do. If you've ever had a demonic energy come after you, that is exactly what they do. They try to pin you down and keep you pinned down like you are a piece of their personal property. And it's It's not a good deal. It's not a good deal. There's some things that you can do, that can help you. One thing that you can do is that helps a situation like that is to just a lot of that is you have to when I grew up. Let me back up a little bit. When I grew up, we didn't grow up focused on the fact that we need to love ourselves. You need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to be in a love relationship with yourself. And when I grew up, it wasn't like that. I never heard that before. As a matter of fact, I heard just the opposite. And they always would call that a person as being conceited. Where I grew up, and what I heard is that if he's in love with himself, he's conceited, and that's a bad deal. And you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first, and you have to believe that you are abundant. You have to believe these things, and it's hard. It's hard to say that. I think a lot of people that are my age, you know, grew up with the same type of raising. The same type of things were told that he's just conceited. He thinks he's it, and that kind of stuff. But it's not like that. But you do have to value yourself. You have to take care of your body. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to love yourself. And they're using these tools, these energies, and stuff like this uh, as a I don't know how to say it, as once you start coming around, the pain starts easing up a little bit. Can we say it like that? Like the only way they put you in you wind up in a really painful situation, and until you start doing the right things, that's when the pain goes away. So you got to learn. You got to learn what you're supposed to do. Unfortunately, you don't get the instructions first. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to help you with some instructions first, so that you don't have to go through as much pain as I went through. Man, I have been through the kitchen sink. I'm telling you, I haven't. I've told a bunch of stuff that I've been through here. I hadn't told half the stuff that I've been through. That kind of pain and stuff that's been put on me in the past year and a half or 2 years, and it's just crazy to think about it. You're gonna have to keep a good attitude about it. Don't get butthurt over it. Don't get angry about it. You're gonna have to keep a good attitude. You're just gonna have to flow with it. You're gonna have to use it as a tool to learn from, and you're gonna have to say, now, why is that happening to me? Why is that happening to me right now? What does that mean? That's the kind of attitude you're going to have while you're going through this process. And that's how you're going to find out what it is, why you're having that problem. And I don't care if they call it shadows or what they call it. It doesn't matter the name they put on it. It's basically pain until you figure out what's wrong. Okay, they can name it anything they want. It doesn't matter. And you do not get an instruction book first. You get the pain first, and then you start figuring out how to get rid of the pain. Okay. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way it rolls. And that's why I'm trying to give you these symptoms some of the symptoms that I've been through, and how I dealt with it. One thing is understanding that you have to love yourself. You have to put yourself first above all others. They say that you can't pour out of an empty cup. Okay, so if you're going to help other people, and that's what I always did, is I always helped everybody I could, and I wasn't helping my own self. I was using myself up, helping other people, and not even. And then when I got through with that, there was only more people that needed help. You know what I mean? I never got caught up because there was always more and more people that needed help, and I wasn't able to get them all, and that was causing a problem for me. And so. That's that's when kind of what started this whole deal really is just using myself up, trying to do things for other people and not doing anything for myself and taking care of myself properly. And that's where it all comes from is using yourself up. You can't help, you can't, pour out of an empty cup. So you got to take care of yourself first and heal yourself, take care of yourself first, and then help others. And that works well if you do it that way. And don't try to overhelp them. I might have been overhelping a little bit. Don't let, they can struggle a little bit. You don't have to overhelp them. And some people are supposed to struggle a little bit. But really, I didn't have anything other than that today. I just first day that I didn't sit down and really make an outline or anything. It's the first day I felt like getting on here and talking at all. And so I wanted to get on here and talk about that. And I want to talk about the pain. If you're receiving pain, you got to find out. You got to find out what's going on. And you can go to a psychic medium. You can get a pendulum and find out. Pendulum's the quickest, easiest way to do it. And I met with my first cousin last week and gave her a pendulum, and she's going to start with the program. And so I was real happy to see her doing that. And even if you're not going through this pain and stuff, this pendulum is still a way to do it. Even if you just, if you're not going through the same deal I'm going through, and you just want to get on this awakening program to just to operate in a higher consciousness, and that's what it's going to be. Everybody's going to be like that. Just get on board. Just get on board, or just start praying and ask your. You don't even have to have a pendulum. Just start praying and ask your spirit team to help you. Just tell them that's what you want to do. You want to be a part of the new earth, and that you want some help getting started on your awakening process, and things will start coming together. Things will start coming together for you. I would recommend. I've said it before. I would recommend watching YouTube and watching those tarot readers. I really think that's a good starting place, because if you can pick a tarot reader or two that you like, that you kind of resonate with, and that speaks your lingo, and that you can understand what they're saying, and uh, then your spirit team will arrange messages for you through those tarot readers. Your team will literally send messages to them. Now, that sounds like what? No, that's true. That's true. They'll send messages to you through that tarot reader on things that you need to be working on, or explaining things to you. And don't just pick one. I mean, I'd get at least three or four or something, because they're not always there. Sometimes they go on vacation and stuff. But I'd get three or four of them that I like. But don't get 100. Okay, don't get 100. Get three or four of them, because then you start getting messages that aren't for you, and you start thinking that they are for you. You'll be able to tell if they're for you, because when they're talking, it'll sound like it'll match with your life. It'll sound like they're talking exactly to you, and it'll match your life with what's happening in your life, and it'll help you get things turned around, and it'll help you get on this program and get on this higher consciousness, and operating in this 5D. And it's going to be a wonderful thing for this planet when that happens, when everybody has changed over to this 5D, and everybody is like the veil, what they're talking about, seeing through the veil. That's going to be there is no going to be no veil, and everybody is going to be operating with their highest psychic abilities. You're born with these abilities, and you'll be operating with those psychic abilities. You'll be able to do anything. I mean, it's amazing. There's 8 different clairs, and some people are out, shine more with one or two or whatever. Some people shine with all 8. It just depends on who you are and what you do, and but everybody's different. But there'll be a place in there that you fit, and you'll operate on a higher consciousness, and it'll be a great deal. It will be a great deal, and then, you'll before you know it, you'll be doing it, and you'll be doing good, and you'll be talking to your friends, and they'll be doing it, and they'll be doing good, and It's a great deal. So that's where I'd start. I'd talk to my spirit team and through prayer, and don't ever back up from the prayer. Always stay there. Never, ever, ever shy away from your prayers. Ever. Regardless of what happens to you, if something happens to you and you think that your prayers are not being answered, or you think that they're not being answered the way you want them to be answered, or whatever, let me just let you know that your prayers are always answered. Maybe not the way that you are expecting or what you want, but they're always answered. And the Most High is always there. He loves you. He has your best interest at heart at all times. At all times. And if you're having problems and being attacked and all that, let me just say this: it's not coming from there, okay? It's coming from somewhere else. So don't ever, ever back away from saying your prayers. Don't ever say, "Well, there's just nobody answering my prayers. I'm not even going to pray anymore." Well, you know what? I would not recommend that. You better stick with your prayers. Don't ever, ever shy away from that. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to be a super religious individual and that you have to spend every Sunday morning in the front row of your local church. I'm not trying to say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you say your prayers whenever you say your prayers. If you don't say but one prayer a day, that's fine. If you say one prayer before you go to bed at night, that's fine. That's fine. Um, I think that you might do more than that once you start with this, because once you start getting a closer relationship with God, I think that you'll be saying a few more prayers than that, and you'll be thanking God. You'll be finding out that God is with you in more places in your life than you would ever imagine, and He's helping you, and He's with you all the time. And you just got to open up and make Him a part of your life. Just God is God. God is in you. God is in you. You are God. I mean, that sounds funny, but that's a fact. God is in you. God experiences life through all humans. And so He's right there with you. When you're feeling pain, God's feeling your pain too. Just pray, He'll help you. Pray, He'll help you. He'll get you through this, and He'll get you through tough times, and He'll get you through good times too. So I highly recommend that. Don't ever, ever think that you're not getting your prayers answered or things aren't going the way they're supposed to be. Maybe you're supposed to learn this lesson. I'm sure it's a lesson you got to learn. Lessons aren't fun, they're not easy to learn. Let me tell you something. I wasn't no choir boy. My lessons were tough, man. They were tough, 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 tough. And it is what it is. I got through most of them. I'm not completely through, but I got through most of them. I survived. I'm still here talking about it. Uh, we had tough times. We had good times. This it hadn't all been misery. I mean, Spirit's got a sense of humor. I mean, that's for real. They got a sense of humor, and they love you. They love you. They do love you, and they're just trying to help you, and that's it. And they're trying to help the planet, and the planet has got to have some help right now, and it's got to have some help by raising the consciousness on this planet. And it's going to be a big deal for the planet, and it's going to be a big deal for you too, and a big deal for me. So, all right, look, I'm gonna stop it right there. And again, if you watch this all the way through, I'm very, very grateful for you doing that. And I hope you have a good day. And I'm going to try to get some more of these videos out as I go along. I'll try not to just ramble along. I'll try to get some kind of more of an organized topic to talk about, so it'll be easier for you. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot. Have a good week.